Good morning, everybody. We're live here at Ecoe Riverside Farm, and we're gonna feed Zoe some breakfast. This is Zoe. She's a two-fingered sloth. We're located in Benton, Tennessee. I don't know what's going on with my hair this morning, so forgive me for that. This is baby Zoe. She's having a little bit of breakfast. Sloths are pretty cool. They eat about 10% of their body weight every day, but they only use the bathroom about every 7 to 10 days. Good morning, Megan. How's everybody doing this morning? Where's everybody watching from this morning? We're live here this morning at Ecoe Riverside Farm in Benton, Tennessee. It was a little chilly this morning, but pretty cool. And this is Baku. Baku is an armadillo. He's actually a three-banded armadillo. And you see how he curls up on himself? And this outside part is not a shell, it's actually his skin. And it's pretty thick. It's actually warm to the touch. And you can see how he curls up. And he can actually fit all together. Pretty cool. Mount Juliet, Tennessee. That's not far at all. Casey, is that Kansas City? Oh, good morning, Angela in England. We actually had some people from London come to the farm last year. Good morning in Florida, Kansas City, I got it right. I was actually born in Zephyr Hills, Florida. Egypt? What? That's awesome. That's cool. Liverpool, good morning. Guys, this is Zoe. She's a two-fingered sloth, and her birthday was December 16th. So she's just over 14 months old. And we're feeding her some squash and some zucchini, a little bit of protein, and some sweet potatoes. Guys, we just got in some micro Scottish Highland cows too. And they are super cute. I just put up a video on our TikTok of them, and if you mixed a panda with a little Scottish Highland, that's what they look like, because they have the cutest little noses, and it's really cute. Do they hang upside down? Yes, sloths hang upside down a lot, and that's kind of how they crawl around the trees when they're moving around. It's pretty neat to see. She has my haircut. I know, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Guys, we actually have 3 sloths here at Ecoe Riverside Farm. We have Zoe, she's the middle child. And then we have Dash, which he's a baby. He's only 6 months old and he's really tiny and cute. And then we have Flash, who is 6 years old. I'm so lucky. Yes, I feel like I'm pretty lucky also. Where did we get them from? Zoe and Dash came to us from an expert veterinarian in Sloths, who's in Florida. And none of our sloths came from the wild, and we would never, ever, ever advise people getting a sloth as a pet. Where is Dash? Dash is up at the house right now. When the animals come up as babies, we keep them at the house, and that way they get used to being around everybody and staying nice and warm and being handled, because we want to make sure that all the animals are good with being handled. That's a little bit of the things that differentiate us here at Ecoe Riverside Farm versus a zoo. So at a zoo, you're kind of looking at animals from far away, you know, Here you actually get to experience them. What do these feel like? Their hair is very similar to ours. It's not much different. It might be a little bit coarser, just depends when you washed your hair last, right? Zoe is chomping down this morning. Oh, cool, yeah. Where are we located? We are located in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. And we are right on the banks of the Ocoee River. And we actually have covered wagons along the side of the river that you can stay in. And then we have the Riverside Cabin down there. We have the glamp site. And then up above us is the camel condo. So if you need to hold like 10 people, or if you want a sloth for a roommate, you stay upstairs. Flash is your roommate. It's pretty cool. Yeah, you should definitely take a trip. There's a bunch to do here, guys. And we do horseback rides. We have camels. We have a Boo and Ed, and they're pretty awesome. And we have a zebra named Marty. So we have Marty and Marley. And Marley is the donkey. So Marty and Marley are gonna get together and make a zonkey eventually. And we have some kangaroos for bottle feeding, which is pretty awesome. And you can bottle feed the Scottish Highland cows. And we have goats and sheep and pigs, sulcata tortoises, coatimundis, bunch of awesome stuff. We'll be doing a sloth encounter at 10 a.m. So I might restart the feed or I might just keep it going. We'll see how it works. But make sure you're watching around 10. Have I ever seen a Bigfoot? No, I've never seen a Bigfoot. Beautiful giraffe. Thank you. Oh, you got to go to the Cincinnati Zoo, be behind the scenes. Wow, that's really cool. We are located in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. And the name of the place is Ocoee Riverside Farm. Sloths are your favorite. That's awesome, but you got bit in the leg. Oh no, Sarah, are you okay? That's not good. How'd you get bit in the leg? Are you climbing in their tree? Don't climb in their tree. So another cool thing about sloths that a lot of people don't know is they actually have 46 ribs, 2 sets of 23, and then their internal organs are actually attached to the ribs. And the reason for that is if they fall out of the tree, you know, a lot of times if you get in a car wreck, it's that kind of secondary impact of your organs that hurt you. Because their organs are actually attached to the ribs, they don't get that impact. Good morning, Kelly. How are you? What's the name of the website? OcoeeRiversideFarm.com. And the link to all that should be in the bio. OcoeeRiversideFarm.com. Good morning, Amy. How you doing? Can sloths be aggressive? Wild sloths want nothing to do with people. Do not ever try to approach a wild sloth. They don't want to be held. It hurts their biome that is in them, that is living on their fur. They have in the wild anywhere between 100, 200, 300 bugs living in their fur, and they have algae growing in them. So they shouldn't be held in the wild, and they don't want to be held. Our sloths are a lot different because they get held every day. Hope that makes sense. Good morning in Spain. How are you? That's awesome. We have a lot of people in Europe that watch, so it's pretty cool. I enjoy it. And I hope everybody can come visit too. And then we actually just put a bunch of products in our TikTok shop. So we have like Sloth t-shirts and hoodies and all that stuff. Good morning in Alaska. That's awesome. My grandmother used to live in Soldotna. You were gifted an encounter and you got up away from her little perch to get her more food and she bit you. Oh man. Well, Sarah, I'm really sorry that that happened. You should come here. We're not gonna have a sloth bite you. Did you have to get any shots or anything? A lot of times you need to because they have a lot of bacteria growing inside their mouth. And the reason for that is sloths digest their food through a bacterial process. So it's really pretty neat when that sloth moth actually gets up on them when they come down and use the bathroom. The sloth moth is in their fur, and so when they groom themselves, they get all that bacteria inside their mouth, and that's what helps them digest their food. Canada here. Oh, awesome. What part of Canada are you from? Canada's pretty big. Hey, Dan in the UK, how you doing? Sorry, I'm trying to check two phones. Victoria, BC. That is beautiful. Is that Victoria Island? Isn't that like just north of Seattle? Is that what you're talking about, Victoria Island? If so, that is beautiful. My uncle used to have a sailboat in Puget Sound, and the sailboat right beside it was the one that they used in the movie Hook, you know, like Peter Pan. So that was pretty cool. And they would sail up, but I went to BC once to go snowboarding, and beautiful. Loved it up there. But this is Zoe. She's a two-fingered sloth, and we're feeding her some breakfast. So if you guys are coming to hold Zoe, how she likes to be petted is long, slow pets, just like this. Also, if you're coming, make sure you're not wearing any hoop earrings for the ladies, any strong perfumes or colognes or anything like that. How come we have Zoe? We are a licensed USDA facility, just like a zoo. We have over 125 animals, and it's a 30-acre farm. Is she eating birdseed? No, that'd be bad. She's eating a little bit of zucchini, squash, sweet potato, and rice, but just a little bit. What other questions do you guys have? I got a couple minutes before we have to move on to the next thing. Thank you, Dan. I think she is beautiful. She's a pretty cool little animal. I'm gonna see if I can tilt this down so you guys can see just a little bit better. Zoe, look. I don't have any more, but you can look at them. She's looking for these little crumbs. Good morning in Tennessee. How are you? Guys, this is Zoe. She is a two-fingered sloth, and we're live here at Ocoee Riverside Farm. If you've ever wanted to come hold a sloth, you can do that here. We have Zoe, who likes to be held. And then we have baby Dash, who's only 6 months old and super cute. Good morning in Texas. Hey, Katie, how are you doing? Are they intelligent? Well, they're really sweet, but they're also basically blind. So they can't see really well. So that's the reason they're kind of always, I call it doing the Stevie Wonder, right? They're kind of like looking around, trying to see what's going on, because they can't see. So when they're looking around, they kind of look like this. So they had monochromasis, so they see black and white, and they can't see very well. You took a screenshot? Cool, Courtney. Guys, we have a lot of other animals here too. We have miniature Scottish Highland cows, and then we have kangaroos that you can bottle feed. And then we have camels that you can ride. You can do pony rides and horse rides. Aw, well, I'm glad it made your day. Zoe, look. Zoe's looking right here. Let's see. This is a girl. Her name is Zoe. And she is just over a year old. Her birthday was December 16th. She turned 1 year old. And she's a sweetie, aren't you, Zoe? I'm trying to turn so y'all can see her face. Guys, we're located in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. What are you doing, Zozo? She's very curious. That's the same day as your birthday? Well, that's pretty awesome. No, their fur isn't that stringy feeling. It kind of feels like our hair, right? Maybe a little bit like those little troll dolls. How long do sloths live for? So in the wild, sloths can live to 20 to 30 years, but the longest living sloths have been in Germany, and that was Jan and Paula, and they made it to 52 and 54 years old. How crazy is that? There was also one at the Smithsonian that made it to 49. So pretty neat. Good morning, everybody. This is Zoe, and she's a two-fingered sloth. And she's really sweet. We have over 125 animals here at the farm, including sloths, kangaroos that you can bottle feed, camels, and we just got in some micro Scottish Highland calves, and they're really cute. I just put up a video of them, and they're adorable. What are you doing, Zoe? And this is what she does. If you come to snuggle with Zoe, she's pretty much gonna wrap herself around your neck and do exactly what she's doing. I'm trying to turn it so you guys can see her better. There you go. So some of the cool things about the farm is we have covered wagons right on the banks of the Ocoee River. So you can actually stay in the covered wagon, and then you wake up and you're looking out on the Ocoee River, and then you open the back of the window and you can see the kangaroos and the camels and the llamas. And we have emus too. Hey Sonyo, how's Georgia? I grew up in Dawsonville, Georgia, North Georgia. There's a lot to do right around the farm too, guys. We have the Ocoee River where they had the 1996 Olympics. And it's pretty cool. Somebody said I look like Chuck Norris. I don't think I look like Chuck Norris, but that's okay. Joanna, thank you. I do think I'm blessed. Hey, Cindy, you're in Georgia too. Hey, Michael in Texas, how you doing? Guys, we're located in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville, right on the banks of the Ocoee River. Hey, Ashy, how's it going in Australia? We have some of your friends up here. We have kangaroos. We actually had people from Australia come here to hold the sloths. Somebody said I do look like Chuck Norris. That's hilarious. Senor Sensei on YouTube said it, and then someone else said it on TikTok. That's hilarious. Alright guys, we're located in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. You like waking up and seeing us in the morning? Well, that's awesome. We like cheering everybody up. We are open to the public. You just have to go online and make sure that you book the encounter that you'd like to do. Oh, it's okay if you try. If you cry, I usually try to bring Kleenex in because a lot of people do. You're gonna plan a trip to see us? And did you know Chuck Norris's real name is Carlos Ray? What? Is that for real? I didn't know that. Is this your pet? No. We are a USDA licensed facility. And so it's the same license that you would get for a zoo. And we have over 125 animals. How did we end up with kangaroos in the U.S.? There are lots of kangaroo breeders in the U.S. Tons. Yes, there's an armadillo. Oh, I got him. Oh, I was trying to grab the armadillo. Is their fur rough? No, their fur is not rough. Oh yeah! Check this out, guys. This is an armadillo. Look at this little guy. How cool is that? See how he's all balled up? So this is Baku. You can see, oh, I got him upside down. This is his head, and that's his tail. And this is actually his skin. It's not even a fur, like a shell. See how the hairs are growing in it? And it's warm to the touch. It's pretty cool. And then he runs around. He'll actually get to be the size of a soccer ball. I'm gonna put him back down. There you go, Zoe. Zoe's like, you're interrupting my vibe. They are really fast. Yeah, they can run like 30 miles an hour. You read that sloths have lichen that grow on their fur. That is true in the wild because they're just out in the elements and they move so slow. And a lot of times where they're located, it has to be warm, right? So sloths require a temperature of 75 to 80 degrees. And if they don't have that, they can die. No, she's not as hyper as she was yesterday. Heard that armadillos can transmit leprosy. Those would be wild armadillos that are running around getting into everything, not ours. She is a sleepy girl, so sloths sleep about 15 to 20 hours a day. They eat 10% of their body weight every day. And they only use the bathroom every 7 to 10 days. And when they use the bathroom, they lose about 30% of their body weight. Pretty crazy. And when they come down out of the tree, they come down the same place every time. And they do a little potty dance on the ground. And then the sloth moth comes up onto their fur and lives on them. And then when the sloth is grooming themselves, the sloth gets that bacteria inside their mouth, and that's what helps them process the food. Sloths process their food through a bacterial process, not an enzymatic process like we do. Do they prefer hanging or do they like cuddling? So sloth's skeletal system and muscular system is a little bit different than ours. So if we go to do a pull-up, that's causing us energy, and then relaxing causes us less. They're kind of set up to be the opposite. So a lot of times when they're taking a nap, either in their hammock or in a crook of a tree, they'll get in a tree that has like a little 2 or 3 forks in it, and then they use that to support themselves. Sorry. Is Dash available today for cuddles? Almost all of our stuff needs to be booked like a day in advance. If for some reason you're already here on the property, you can get in touch with Donna and she can check and see if she can open up an availability. Are we in Ocoee, Florida? Nope. We are basically in Ocoee, Tennessee, which is Benton, Tennessee, and we're right on the Ocoee River. Right, Zoe? I think Zoe might be about ready to. You wanna go back up in your bed, Zoe? Or are you hanging out? What do you think? Do you guys see that? You're pregnant and you heard that it's really bad to be in contact with them during pregnancy. Huh. Well, I haven't read that. Do you know where you saw that? Or do you know why? I don't know if we've had anybody pregnant holding a sloth, but I couldn't really see a reason why it would be dangerous. But I'll look into it. But shoot me a message and I'll check to make sure that everything's okay. Because we want to make sure that everything is. The website isn't working for Dash. Let's see. I amazingly have another phone here. Because I was listening to Frank Sinatra. But let's see here. Oh. Nicole, shoot me a message because I don't think that that's true. And I'm curious to see where that information's coming from. Yes, and it's not the cats, it's really the litter boxes for cats, and it's the same reason that we don't allow cats on the farm, because that same issue would kill our kangaroos. Alright, I'm looking at the website right now. So I just looked at the website for Dash, and as long as you look at not today, it comes right up. For today, it's because it's the day of, that's the reason there's nothing available. But if you left a voicemail with Donna, that's the right thing to do. Or an email, that works too. Or you can shoot me a DM and we'll get it figured out. What happens to the baby sloths after they aren't babies anymore? They just get bigger and we keep holding them. Zoe really is past the baby stage. She'll get a little bit bigger, but we're just gonna keep holding her and she's gonna keep hanging out here. Do we have koalas? No, we don't have koalas because we don't have a private jet to fly leaves back and forth. But if anybody has access to a private jet and wants to fly us leaves back and forth, we'd be interested. You think a lot of people look like the animals? Yeah. You have sloth everything? Oh, that's awesome, country girl. You should let us know what you think about our TikTok shop. Let me know which ones are awful, and then we can get rid of them. Hey, Ash. That's right. Ashy, you're correct. That was the word I was looking for. Toxoplasmosis. And that is the reason that we don't allow cats on the farm. Because then the rats and everything carry toxoplasmosis, and that would kill our kangaroos. Is Zoe closer to me than other staff? No, she's super friendly to Tatum, and John Fallon spends a good amount of time with her. And then she probably spent 1,000 hours around Donna's neck when she was a baby. You want one so bad, we would never advise having a sloth for a pet. We are a licensed USDA facility, just like a zoo, except better than a zoo. Where are we? We are located in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. What are the qualifications to work here? Have a great attitude, smile, work for a handshake. Nah, I don't know. It's a good time. I'm smiling because I'm looking at Tom the turkey walking in the background. And sorry the camera jiggled because the armadillo just headbutted it. Zoe, what you think, girl? You looking at him? Can this be a day trip? For sure, yeah, you can do a day trip. You don't have to spend the night to do the encounters here, but there's so much to do. I mean, you have Scottish Highland cows, camels, llamas, sheep, goats, bottle feeding kangaroos, hanging out with the sloths, and there is a ton of stuff to do just right around here. Hikes, mountain bikes, rafting, kayaking, waterfalls, rivers, everything. Does Zoe move slow? She moves pretty slow because she's a sloth. But amazingly, when we set her down, she kind of makes this cute little sound. And she's like, woof, woof. And she tries to kind of chase us. It's pretty funny. Let's see if I missed any questions. Sis, thank you so much for answering stuff. How does it feel to be holding your dream? Well, you can make it your reality. Come visit. We have over 125 animals. We have a bunch of different lodging options. And it's beautiful here. Lindsay, sloths are your favorite animal.
You keep an eye if flash comes down.
Okay. Are kids welcome? Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely. My daughter's 8, and she comes here all the time with me. We don't take volunteers yet. We're working on it. Where are we located? Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. Do they still have the green algae? No. How do you keep cats away? Well, there's 3 Great Pyrenees running around the farm, plus all the other animals, so the cats stay away. Yeah, you would love it. It's for your kids. Someone wrote that they would like to bring their kids. The river right in front of the wagons and the cabin, it's usually really, really chill in the morning, meaning like it's not on, so it's a dam controlled river, so it's a great place for swimming. Then in the afternoon when it turns on, you can do like float trips and stuff, or go rafting or kayaking. It's pretty awesome, guys. Does Zoe like to be pet? Yes. When you pet her, she likes long, slow pets. She doesn't like the scratching. Don't do that. Is the hair itchy? No. No itchier than mine. Awesome, Nicole. Yeah, if you have any questions, shoot us a message. And do they have a smell? No. I mean, kind of like a well-bathed dog. I mean, she doesn't smell like Downy or like a fabric softener or anything. Hey, Julie, how are you? Samuel, this is a sloth. Yep. Hey, Tamara, this is Zoe. Yes, Tamara, she's really chill. She's just sleeping, hanging out. Oh, you're in Cleveland? Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, Brandy, if you're in Cleveland, check out on our events. Look at, I think it's called Pack, Pet, and Play Picnic. Too many P's for me. But that's a good option for locals because you can come out and kind of hang out. There's some really, really cool things to do. How long will she sit here? She would sit here all day. Let's see. And we just opened up a new thing too called Sloth Keeper for the Day. And so what that means is you get to spend time with all 3 sloths for 3 hours. It is pretty awesome. Can you eat sloth meat? I mean, I think so, but we're not gonna eat Zoe because she's sweet. Can they hear? Yes, they have great hearing because they can't see. I'm trying to see if I can get to her ear. She doesn't really like them to be messed with. Hey, Spring Labs. Yeah, I just put up a video of the new animal. They're really cute. So if you guys want to see the new animals we just got, check out our video. Spring, I don't know if you can share the link to that inside the feed. If you could, that'd be pretty awesome. How much is it to hold Zoe? I think if all you're doing is holding Zoe, it's like maybe $149. I'm not sure. If you're trying to do the encounter with Flash, which is our adult sloth, and we'll be doing that at 10 o'clock, it's like 50, 60 bucks. I'm not positive. All the prices are on the website, and sometimes they change depending on if we're really busy or not. So that's the reason I'm like, check out the website. Northern California. That's beautiful up that way. Tamara. I think that's how you say it. They're pretty cute, aren't they, Springin'? Sloths are not completely blind. That is not true. Does she play or do any kind of activity? When she's eating or about to eat, she kind of moves around a little bit. But not then. Sis, it was your birthday. Happy birthday. Everybody tells Sis happy birthday. She helps out a ton doing moderating, so does Spring and Labs, and we really, really appreciate them both. Also, Kimmers jumps in a lot too and helps. What's their lifespan? So in the wild, sloths will live 20 to 30 years. Because they end up getting eaten by predators, or maybe grab 2 power lines, or lose their habitat. And so that's the reason we try to explain to people how important it is to preserve their habitat. But in captivity, they'll live a lot longer. There were 2 in Germany, Jan and Paula, that made it to 52 and 54. The way they move is slow, it scares you. How often do they go to the bathroom on people? Never. They go to the bathroom every 7 or 10 days, and we've never had the sloths use the bathroom on anybody. She's just hanging out. This is sloth life. Oh, thanks for the cap. Are you saying I need one because of my hair? What do they eat? So we feed her a lot of spinach leaves, zucchini, squash, sweet potato, a little bit of fruit. Is that for... Yes, that's for both. Yeah. When they use the bathroom, they do both at the same time. Is the hair rough? No, it's not rough. I guess it's softer than beard hair, but not quite as soft as hair. Does that make sense? Well, Marie, if your entire goal is to come hold a sloth, come here and do it. We have 3 sloths here, guys, and they're all 2-fingered sloths. We're located in Benton, Tennessee. This is Zoe. Do the claws hurt? No, and especially I'm kind of slumped down right now, so she's not holding it all. If you do come to hold Zoe, I'd wear a little bit more than just a t-shirt, because that initial time she kind of holds on to you, she's pulling on you, you know. Living. It is cool how soft they feel, isn't it? It's pretty awesome. Guys, we're located in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. Hey, Mariam. Good morning. How are you? What's the difference between the 2 toes and the 3 toes? Well, on their forelimbs, which are their front ones, F-O-R-E, that's the difference of the digits. But on the back limbs, they both have 3 digits. And they also have a little bit difference of their spine. So 3-toed sloth is the one that kind of has that perpetual smile, you know, and the eyes that kind of have the raccoon around them. And they have a little bit more of a tail, so when they come down and use the bathroom and do the potty dance, that's how they get more sloths up, or more moss up on them. Hey Joanna, you can't wait to come. How long ahead of a time do you need to make a reservation? If you're wanting to do this on a weekend, book it now, because we already have bookings in the middle of summer. If it's during the weekday, it's not as bad, but if you want to do this, I'd book it now. You want the baby sloth? That would be the Cuddles, and that's with Dash. So Snuggles are with Zoe, Cuddles are with Dash, and Encounter is with Flash. It's like Dr. Seuss up in here. Let's see if I missed any more questions. You thought humans can't touch them because of our oils. That would be true in the wild. Do they shed? No. Do they bite? Well, they bite when they eat. You put your finger in her mouth, she can't really see what the difference is, and she'll bite it. But we don't put our fingers in her mouth, and then we don't have to worry about it. What's the name of the business? This is Ocoee Riverside Farm. It's pretty awesome. It's a 30-acre farm located in Benton, Tennessee, on the banks of the Ocoee River. We have over 125 animals. It's paradise, guys. Come check it out. What other questions do you guys have? I agree, Cindy. It's once in a lifetime. Good morning, Lorraine. How you doing? Lanka, you want one? Well, we would advise never having a sloth for a pet, but we are a licensed USDA facility, so you can come hang out with our sloths. How does the fur feel? It's pretty soft. And about 10 o'clock, guys, we'll be doing the sloth encounter with Flash. Business hours. We're open about every day. All the stuff is on our website at CoeeRiversideFarm.com. You can book everything you want. Another thing that we have is really cool is farm hand. And so you get to be behind the scenes and be with all the animals. It's really cool. And then we do the farm tour, animal encounter. You can come bottle feed Scottish Highland cows. Riverside, California. Nope. We are in Tennessee. Benton, Tennessee, right on the banks of the Ocoee River. So that's why the name is what it is. So Ocoee Riverside Farm. We are right at the Ocoee River, right along the riverside. And we're a farm. Was she safe from her habitat? Nope. None of our sloths came from the wild. We would never advise people taking sloths from the wild. Zoe and Dash came from a veterinarian who is an expert in sloths and has been dealing with them for 30 years in Florida. Zoe and Dash and Flash are ambassador animals, and we like to share them with people and educate them. It's really cool. What kind of animals do we have on the farm? So we have sloths, kangaroos, camels, llamas, alpacas, coatimundis, Scottish Highland cows, horses. A lot to do, guys. Someone says they didn't catch the name of the farm. It is Ocoee Riverside Farm. Dash has been here since November or December. He's 6 months old. He's a cutie. Awesome, Lanka. We look forward to seeing you. Gloria, you're welcome. Hey, Vixen, Virgo. I'm a Virgo too. My daughter and I have the same birthday. What state? We are in the state of chill. No, I'm just kidding. We are in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. Oh, I'm August 31st. Is your name Mario? No, my name is Kevin. Good to meet y'all. Thanks, sis. It means that I never get a birthday. Hey, Ashy, you're right. Zoe's 14 months old. Hey, Bellaria. Is it Bellaria? I think that's how you say it. Can Dash be held? Yeah, definitely. We hold Dash a lot. Yes, it is the armadillo making that noise, and he is doing laps. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and stand up and see if Flash is ready, because we're gonna be doing an encounter with Flash. Let's see if we can try to raise the camera without disturbing Zoe too much. Here's where it gets complicated. Give me just a second, guys. Sorry about that. Adjusting a tripod and holding a sloth is not something that I thought I would be doing. Don't give me too hard a time about this shaky camera, guys. Trying to make it comfy for Zoe. Here we go. And you can see she just likes to kind of hang around my neck, which is awesome. So you can see Zoe has no problem just kind of hanging out. That's what she likes to do. If you listen, oh yeah. We're gonna see if Dash is out, or excuse me, see if Flash is out. Let's see. I'm gonna put you back in just a second, Zoe. We're gonna look and see if Flash is coming out yet. Let's see. I'm gonna bring you guys out here. So this is where we do the encounters with Flash. I'm trying to... Do the nails hurt? No, not really. If you wear a hoodie, you can't really feel them at all. If you were wearing like a really thin shirt or like bare shoulders, you would feel them. If you'd like to hold one, we'll come visit. We're located in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville, and you can come do this. You guys see that stuffed sloth behind me? It's really funny. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. Boop. What do their teeth look like? They're huge. If you were looking at one of their skeletons or something, you would think there was some kind of crazy predator. But that's not true. They just use it to open bottles. That's why they have long teeth. Nah, I'm just kidding. Fallon just walked in and had to hear one of my bad jokes again.
I just went and fed the baby cows.
Oh, they're cute. I went up there and made a video and stuff.
Oh my gosh. So adorable. Bye, you little rugrat. What you doing?
She is very gentle. Yeah, guys, check out the TikTok shop. Let us know what you think about some of that stuff. We're always looking to improve it. And Zoe here is doing the limbo.
She smells my coffee.
Yeah, she's like, what do we got going on here?
Nice little
I haven't
sniffer.
seen him yet. I came out here to try to encourage him a little bit. This is Tatum. She keeps it going around here. because I like to pick my nose too much. Okay, that's not true, but Tatum does make sure everything happens. Right, Tatum?
That's right.
And right now you guys can see she's putting a kangaroo in a pouch. That's not a magic trick. Yeah, as opposed to pulling bunnies out of
Dash,
hats,
come here, buddy.
we could pull kangaroos out of hats. And I need to move because I'm in the way.
You're good.
Let's see, let's do this. Give everybody a little bit more room.
Kangaroo number 2. Easy right there. Little wiggles. Wiggle.
Is it at 10 or 10:30?
10.
Oh.
You're going in here.
Alright guys, so we're going to be doing an encounter at 10 o'clock. It's supposed to be
I thought, oh, you're in here. That's why I couldn't find you.
with Flash. We're doing a dance here this morning. A dance, a dance, a dance. So we're getting ready for the 10 o'clock encounter, just letting you guys see what's going on. Oh, thank you about the mural. We really like it too. I'm trying to soften up those lights up above. So I gotta get like a little...
There's a dimmer.
There's a... Yeah, I know there's
Oh.
the dimmer, but I want something to go over it that looks like clouds. And so that way it doesn't look like there's a square sun. Because who has ever seen a square sun? Not me. I think Fallon's just excited because she has sun visors now. She thinks
do.
she's like really cool. She's like,
Man,
my car has sun
Perfect time
visors.
for summer. I do think I'm pretty cool now because I feel like out of the rest of society with sun visors.
I'm giving Fallon a hard time because she drives around a Hummer, but she didn't have sun visors.
Yeah.
So hopefully she can run over everything because she can't see it. That's Baku, guys. It's our 3-banded armadillo.
Hey,
Wait,
they're here for the Sloth encounter.
Okay.
are we gonna, is your dad coming down?
No, I think they're gonna be asleep.
Okay. So are you doing it or Tatum?
I don't know. Let me go ask her.
Okay.
Good
Guys,
question.
we're gonna figure out who's doing the sloth encounter. I'm gonna set Zoe down. What's a 3-banded mean? It means that they have 3 bands. So the ones that we have here in the States are 9-banded armadillos. Guys, give us just a minute to get set up. I am gonna leave the camera here for you in case Flash comes out. Be back in 1 second.
Hey, Flash. Hey, buddy. We're gonna come eat.
Alright guys, we're getting ready to either do an encounter with Flash or Zoe.
I ended up starting with Zoe.
Okay. Good morning, Vlad.
Good morning.
Guys, this is Vlad, Farmer Vlad, Trapper Vlad here.
You wanna show them your dance moves?
He is one of Donna and John's children.
Hey, Flash.
Don't worry about his dance moves.
Yeah, they like my dance moves.
We're not going to talk about your dance moves.
Dance skills are not a requirement to work here.
Do you like my dance moves?
Sis is one of our moderators, and she's saying, "Hey, Vlad."
How you doing, sister?
They said they would rather see the wildlife.
Wow. That's it. See, somebody said thank you very much, thank you very much. See, more energy, more passion, more energy.
That's one of the moderators.
I don't
being
care. I don't
nice.
care. They still sit here, so it don't matter who it is.
Flash.
It's good.
I might even hit him with one of those.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and take us in here to Zoe because I think that's who we might end up
Yes.
starting with.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, he's moving, but we'll get started.
Yep. Guys, This tripod's gonna be the death of me, so I am so sorry that stuff is bouncing around. But I'm trying.
You start with Zoe and I'll do flash. You do Zoe and I'll do flash so I can get it down. You want to do? Hey guys, if y'all be sure to grab Santa Claus before you come in with that.
Alright guys, we're gonna come in here and grab Zoe in just a second. But I'm gonna let you hang out with her until we grab her. Very curious.
Are we doing it in there or in here, or what do you want to do? What's easier for you? You want to bring him flash out here, probably. Yeah, he needs to come out here, so I guess we'll go in Zoe's room.
Yes.
Like, get your room.
That way we're not interfering.
No, she's cool. Okay.
Alright guys, we're gonna get started here in just a second. And people are gonna be hanging out with Zoe.
Okay,
Hold on.
ready? Okay, come on in. And then just close the door behind you there. Yeah.
Oh, we love that cake in the room.
So come on in. You guys can sit wherever you want to sit as far as seats go. Hi, Zoe.
Oh my God.
Good morning. So as you can see, Zoe loves to be held. She comes out to us. It's very much, she can't wait. Hi, little nugget. So I'll just, oh, he's not right.
I didn't even check it. Fuck you, girl.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh.
That one's good. So this is Zoe. And do we know who's gonna go first for holding? Does anybody wanna go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, I know, right? Let me force you, right? So, yeah, you have a little t-shirt. So see how on the back of my neck, her little toes kind of digging right
yeah.
there? So if it digs into the back of your neck, you can just kind of like tap it like that and she'll readjust it.
Oh, okay.
If it's, like, cause I'm like, oh, that's a little
Yeah.
uncomfortable, so that's okay if she does that. Or, you can tap
That's
it.
probably they recommended long sleeves, so that was.
Yeah, long sleeve, well, it helps when you have sweatshirts, but it gets hot in here.
Oh,
I can't wear a sweatshirt. So I'll pass Zoe to you, and she's very easy. So your job is to kind of be like a tree trunk, so just kind of be like this, and then I'll pass her to you, and she'll reach around you and hold on. As you can see, she's like a little backpack, so don't feel like you need to hold her like a baby where she's gonna fall, because she's holding on to me very well. And then so one hand just goes underneath her bum like this, like a ledge. You don't want to do this because it creates pressure points on her back, and you don't want to do like this big coddle thing because again it creates pressure or it's touching her leg, and she'll kind of do this, which means like, hey, that's too much. Yeah, exactly. So just a little ledge underneath there, and then for petting it's just short little strokes here on the back of her neck. You don't want to touch her face with your face or with your hand. And then she doesn't like her belly or anything like that touched, so it's just these short little strokes. Oh, and then I'll have you take your necklace off. Do you guys have other jewelry, like earrings? Just earring? No, those are fine. Rings and bracelets are fine, but she likes to chew on necklaces and dangly earrings. If you have dangly.
Dad's print away.
Because they're so blind, they don't know what they're doing, so they're just like reaching around.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then if I know she's ready.
Oh my goodness.
So I'll move the little stuffed animal out of the way, and one hand underneath her, and she's gonna move that other leg around you. There you go.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
There you go.
Oh, that's just where I am.
Hi,
Mom.
Zoe.
Oh,
So,
looking right at the camera.
Oh, she's so cute.
So if she does, she doesn't do it super often, but she's like a puppy with her mouth. She likes to explore. So if she does like this with her mouth on your jawline or chin or anything, just slowly turn her head so she can't nibble
Okay.
you. Because we're teaching her that people are not edible and we don't just
Do they have
nibble on
teeth?
people. They do, yeah, and very sharp teeth also, so.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and you can take as many pictures and videos as you want, that's totally fine.
We've had so much fun here. Oh
Oh,
my
good.
God.
Yeah,
Ariana's dad is terminally ill, so,
okay,
yeah.
so this is a nice trip.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So for petting is just keep your hand kind of flat like this
Okay.
versus fingers.
Yeah.
So she likes just that flat.
Oh my gosh, she's precious. Oh, I heard you snoring. Did you snore?
Zoe.
Amazing.
So Zoe is a two-toed sloth. She was born on December 16th, so she just celebrated her birthday a couple months ago. And so we moved her into this enclosure for her birthday, on her birthday, so it was really cute. We had like a little party for her and everything. She wore a little party dress,
Oh my God, you guys are so funny.
little bow in her hair, it was adorable. Very cute.
Oh.
No, her eyes are closed.
Yeah,
See, we'll be glad we saw these ones before we go to Costa Rica, because we can't touch those.
yeah. So in Costa Rica, you're probably gonna see a three-toed sloth.
Yeah,
And so difference between two-toed and three-toed, actually they're called two-fingered and three-fingered sloths because they have arms, right? So their front ones are arms, so it makes sense that arms have fingers versus toes. And then so back ones would be toes. So both two-toed and three-toed have 3 fingers or toes on the back. So they're the same in that way. It's just the front ones, the front arms, have either 2 fingers or 3 fingers. And then they do have some other, they have digestive differences, physical differences.
amazing.
And so they are different.
So where would she be from?
Same kind of general area, Central America. And
Gosh, she's precious.
it's just when you see, like on the internet, it seems like three-toed sloths are just, that's what you see.
Yes.
Yeah, and I guess it's maybe visually they look more distinguished because they kind of have the eyes, like they have like black eyes that kind of looks like big, bold, eyeliner
Okay,
that
gotcha.
goes to the side, and so they're a little bit more.
Oh, she's so
So anytime I see a cartoon or something like that, or like
Look at her.
the little stuffed
Oh,
animals,
that's good.
like these ones, like that's a three-toed sloth with a
Yeah.
little eye makeup.
Raccoons.
So the three-toed sloths, you probably will not see those in the U.S. because they can only have a diet of sarcopia leaves from a sarcopia tree, and they can't be adapted to another diet or haven't been able to be
Oh, wow.
adapted to another diet yet. So you'll see them typically in their country that they're native to.
Okay.
And so two-toed sloth, which is Zoe, can be adapted to different diets. So she eats spinach leaves and rice, sweet potato, squash,
Oh, gotcha, good
zucchini.
stuff.
Banana every now and then. So their fruit, we do keep their fruit at a minimum because it messes too much, interrupts their gut bacteria, and so it would create digestive issues and throw that off. So it's limited fruit, mostly veggies.
Snuggle bug, huh?
Yeah.
She's softer than I thought she'd be.
Yeah, a lot of people think that she would be like wiry.
Yeah, it looks really
That's
gross.
always the same
Oh,
reaction that I get from people. Yeah.
We never have this in Maine, will we?
It'd be a little chilly there.
Yeah. They had a big
So-
snowstorm yesterday.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so temperature, sloths need to stay between 78 to 85 degrees. And they love their humidity, so at least 50% humidity. And so in here, that's why it's so hot in here all the time. And I have to wear a t-shirt. It's like, even on cold days, you're like, okay, it's a little much.
And then you walk outside
Yeah,
and go,
yeah. And so the temperature actually plays into their gut health and their digestive system also. So if their temperature was too cold for too long, it would actually shut down their digestive system and it wouldn't be able to reboot and it would actually cause death long term.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so their temperature is very important into their health.
Oh my goodness. I could just sneak you into my suitcase and go.
I know, right?
Maybe one of the cats.
Just put her in one of the baby.
Oh, they can't be around cats. Are these-
Kangaroos.
Okay.
Kangaroos can't be around. Yeah, they're allergic.
What'd you say?
Definitely allergic to cats.
What'd you say?
Put her in a baby carrier.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Until somebody sees the big claws, right?
Yeah, because they have to take pictures.
So her toes, another question I get is, do we trim her toes or her nails or anything like that? So we don't. When she was a baby, I think Donna maybe like just, filed just the very tip of it so it wouldn't be sharp. But we don't trim them because the bone actually goes into their toe.
Oh,
So it's not like ours, when our nail grows out, it's just like dead material, right?
right.
So the bone is actually a part of their toe. So you'd be cutting into their bone, which would be terrible.
That'd be terrible.
Yeah, so we don't do that.
Name you for life.
It's a little different, yeah.
Oh my God. I can see why I've watched so many videos of you guys. It's just people would just melt when they
Yes.
hold her. Oh, what? You're looking at her now? Oh.
She's getting settled in, so she's gonna take her arm and then she tucks it in there underneath her chest like that and then kind of settles in.
You're so sweet. You're the sweetest you are. I've been waiting to see you for 3 days.
So with her eyes, when she looks at you, can kind of see, what her eyes look like. So her pupils are like little pinprick, little dots. So their eyesight is actually really poor.
Yeah, I read that. That's
Yeah.
bizarre. to me.
And so they have terrible vision and they don't see, they're colorblind also. So it's like their eyes would just be grayscale, so it's shades of gray and black and white. And, which would be like, kind of not be the best as a sloth because you live in this like really cool jungle, all these flowers, and then you can't see any of
Can't
it.
appreciate a thing.
Yeah, exactly. There's birds and all sorts of cool colors. You don't get to see any of it. Aw.
Get to see those birds.
Yeah. And they, also I would say depth perception is also really poor. So Flash, our adult, which you guys will see next, after we got this enclosure set up, he had not been in here before and he kind of snuck in here one day when we just left the door open and he just came right in. And he was reaching for the limbs painted on the ceiling to like grab onto them, thinking it was one of these ones and he was gonna keep going up. And so that's what definitely gives me like, well, they don't have depth, because we can see, well, that's flat,
Right.
but
Now,
he was
can
reaching
go
it.
up, right? Doesn't he go up into the condo or something?
Well, yes, kind of. So we have a big window there. So when you're in the camel condo, you can see into his enclosure and he can see into but he doesn't like go into the condo.
Oh, gotcha.
So behind you, his enclosure is behind, so it's this room and then one more room height, so double story, and he has really tall trees and he goes all up there. And that's where the window is, so he can see him, yeah.
My goodness. What an experience.
Oh, that's not what I expected her to be like.
Yeah.
I know, right? It's very different.
Mhm.
Hi. Somebody else touch you? You like her? That's Miss Ariana.
All right, any last pictures before we transfer her to the next person? Do you want to do a group picture with everybody as each
Yeah.
person holds?
That'd be
Sure.
nice.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Start it.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Zoe,
Smile. Let's just look this way.
there we go, 1, 2, 3, there we go. Okay, everybody look at me. Yeah, it's like, don't look at the slot, look at me, there we go.
Can't help it.
Okay, so I'm gonna reach my hand underneath her bum and then she's gonna reach for me. Thank
There
you.
she is.
Yeah.
Hi.
All right, who's next? You wanna go next? Okay, go next, okay.
Guys.
Oh, not all at once now.
Right.
I just don't want to like go if
No.
she wants to go.
Yeah, all good. All right.
I'm fine with whatever. I am.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Alright, and so just one hand underneath there, there you go, and she'll wrap her little legs around you,
Oh,
there you go.
nuzzle in your hair. Hi. Hi, pretty girl.
Kiddo.
Their eyes are little.
Yeah, they are. And then when she blinks, or her eyes close, they kind of like suck back into her head. And then when they're open, they kind of bulge back out. So that little squeaky noise that she makes with her mouth, so that's her front teeth rubbing together, and that's that noise.
Oh.
So every time they open and close their mouth, those teeth are always rubbing, and they stay very sharp.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that's what that noise is.
You're beautiful. They're an amazing animal.
Mm-hmm. So they're in the wild. Their main predator would be a harpy eagle, which is the largest eagle in the world. They're huge. It's like a human man flying through the air, size-wise. And so the sloth's main defense, so as the eagle is flying over the treetops, yeah, this is his enclosure, like that's who the dish is for and everything. But then he would just be on everybody's shoes and like digging, and I'm just like, it gets annoying after about a minute. Like, come on, Baku. So the eagles are going to be soaring above the treetops looking for movement in the trees because they would scoop up like monkeys out of the trees. They're that big of an eagle. And so they're also looking for sloths. And so their sloth's defense is to move really slow. So they've adapted to just go completely unnoticed in life. That is their goal.
That's decent.
Yeah, so the slower they move, which is a natural behavior for them, the more that they go undetected and stay safer that way also. And then the other predator that they would have is a jaguar, which they're going to be hanging out on the jungle floor. So the sloth, in the wild, once every 2 weeks they poop, and it's a poop and pee combined. So they don't poop up in the trees; they climb all the way down the same tree every single time, and then poop in the same spot. And that's when they're susceptible to the jaguars. So their goal is to come down to the ground as least as possible. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So did John make it back with cows?
Yeah, they did. I think they got it like 5 or 6 o'clock this morning. Really early. Yeah. They had a tire blowout yesterday.
Oh,
on
I
their
saw
trailer.
that. Yeah, that
Yeah.
something had gone wrong.
Yeah.
That's a long trip.
It is. It's a long trip, and then add in,
Right.
complications to it, and you're like, ah.
You copy?
I think so. Eyes are closed. They always look like they're smiling.
So they would normally have like a really wet nose. Her nose is a little bit drier right now, but something really cute she does is when she sleeps like she crosses her legs and she sits like a little Buddha and then crosses her arms like this and snuggles in. And what she does is she puts her nose in her fur and her tummy right here, and then it creates like a little moisture spot in her fur. And so that's how she keeps her nose
Oh
clean.
my God.
And also like moisturized, but because the humidity, we don't have misters in here yet in her enclosure. Flash does, and so I've noticed that with her because I go to get her up and then I see this little wet spot on her fur. I'm like, what is that? Like, are you slobbering on yourself? And then I realize her nose is all clean and it's wet, and I'm like, oh, look how smart you are. Yeah, cute little thing.
Smarty pants.
Yeah, because like when we feed her in the morning, we feed her like a rice mixture and it gets all over her nose, and then that just, food material kind of gets a little crusty. And then after she takes a little nap, it's all cleaned off. And I'm like, how are you doing that?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
How old is she?
14 months. So her birthday was on December